Good afternoon, sir. The drive. Well done, sir.
Well done. Uh, Here with me is Pastor Orushema Ejo, a comrade from Delta State. Uh, you want to narrate your story, what happened, your experience you had with our uh, policemen or security operatives
Vigilantes. No,
vigilante
vigilantes.
operating in your area. I
Yes.
saw publication in the Niger Delta Vanguard you made. So can you
Yeah.
narrate your story, what happened, and tell us what happened so the world will hear your own side of the story.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much, comrade Joe. Extraction from Delta State, Warri South precisely, and the community where the said incident occurred between me and a member of the vigilante group is in Warri South, Ubeji. On the 30th of
Your
October.
background is noisy. Somebody there with you. Your background is noisy.
Okay, please off the fan. On the 30th of October,
Yes.
which is last month, 2024, I was on my way from a church program. A friend of mine who organized a church program in another local government called Udu local government invited me. So I went for the program. After the closing of the program by 6:30, I headed back home. So I got to the express junction where I stopped an Okada man who charged me 500 naira, 500 naira to my home in Ubeji community. So I boarded the bike. On my way going, by the entrance of Ubeji community, you will see where members of the vigilante group in Ubeji, where they normally put tires in one section of the road. And what actually led to that one section of the road, normally what they do before is that they put tire at this end, the middle of the road, then the other end. Then they put wood across the road. When they put wood across the road, every Okada that is coming must come through that narrow ending where they normally stand. So the Okadas will line, you will see the Okadas, they will line. So, and when this Okada lines up, what the vigilante do, there is a marker in their hand. They will mark your Okada, the Okada I'm sitting in or any other passenger is sitting on. They will mark the Okada, they will collect 100 naira or 200 naira as they deem fit. As they deem fit.
Is it toll gate fee or what?
Uh, Comrades, that is what is most baffling to everybody that is living in Ubeji and its environs. Now, that is not just the only spot where they operate. They operate about 4 to 5 spots in within Ubeji, Egbokodo, and Ifie. That's 3 communities in one circle. Ubeji is the entrance. The other 2 communities are behind. So if you pass through this first vigilante, you will meet another one like 3 4 minutes drive. You will still have to pay on the other side. As you're going 3 4 minutes drive, you will still have to meet another one. So it's making life unbearable for the people that are living in Ubeji and its environs. Hence, last year, December 15 precisely or so, 14 thereabout, I had an encounter with them and I told them, I said, please, for God's sake, allow me to pass and go home and meet my wife and my family. They said the Okada man must pay them. So I told them, I said, if they did not allow me this time, I will come down, I will do a video of them, and it will be honorable for them who are members of the vigilante to also video me as a means of evidence, because after now, I will go to my lawyer and write a petition to the office of the area commandant in Warri. They said I will not go. So I came down. We had this little argument. They brought out their phones. I brought out
That,
my
that,
phones.
that was last
We, that was December last year.
year.
That was December 15th last year. So they started videoing me. I was videoing them. While I was videoing them, I was addressing people. I was addressing the world on the video. I said the members of the public and the police authority should please intervene to save the situation that this vigilante man is putting us through in Ubeji and its environs. So they were also videoing me. I have the video as I speak to you. I still have the video up till today. Now,
Okay.
while I was videoing them, boldly, they never mind. They were collecting this money that they were collecting and telling me to keep on videoing, that there is nothing anybody anywhere can do to them. I said, well, let us see how it goes. So it was the next day, I went to my lawyer. We did a petition to the area commandant office in Warri, and I still have
Worry.
yes, and I still have the petition here with me. So when they discover I did a petition, a lot of individuals from the called my wife. They came to me, pleaded with me that the petition should be dropped. They would talk to them and so on and so forth. And I told them, I said, the deal, because there is a station like an outpost that is representing a division Warri in Ubeji. You understand? So
Yes.
the man in charge here is a stupo, is a one star, stupo Ben. So after then, I put a call through to him. We had the discussion, so everybody moved on that December. Fast forward to this year, about 4 months ago, the same incident happened. This time I went to the DPO of A division. I went to the DPO directly in A division in Warri, and I did explain to him, and I showed him, and I showed the DPO these videos, and I said, please, sir, for heaven's sake, it is inappropriate for members of the vigilante who are supposed to be professional in their job, because if you want to do a vigilante, it's a voluntary work. No, I'm not saying if the local government wants to give them money, the local government should not give them money. But why forcefully extorting money from members of the public? It is not fair. It was on that note, in my present, the DPO put a call through to the deal that is representing him in those whole environment, and said, look, Dio, I want to see you in my office as soon as possible. So the DO came. Then the head of vigilante in Warri was also in the meeting. The head of anti-cultists in Warri was also in the meeting. I was in the meeting. And the DPO made it clear to them after hearing from all sides. The DPO made it clear to them. He said the evidence this man has brought is very glaring. And who authorized them to be blocking a major road? Number one. Number two, he can hear them from the video stating it clearly that nothing can happen, nobody can do them anything. That I go to the DPO division, I write to area command, nobody can question them, nobody can do them anything. He said, well, it's only sounding a warning to them that this should not repeat itself again. This was about 4 months ago. Interestingly, sir, 2 days interval, 2 days interval, these same young men, vigilante young men, blocked the same spots in Ubeji and its environs. The same activities were going on. If they were stopping vehicles and searching vehicles, we would have understand that they are stopping vehicles and they are searching vehicles. But Ubeji is a peaceful community. The whole environment, every community, that environment are peaceful. But the only problem that we are facing, where people cannot no longer take transportation from one place to another because of hike, it is because of this member of vigilantes. So after that incident, I never knew, before God and man, I never knew that they have my pictures in their phones. That they've made it within themselves, made a decision within themselves that they
Ah,
must deal with me. I never knew.
are you serious? Are
Before
you
God and man,
serious?
I'm
You
telling you
became
reality, sir.
you became a target to them
I be,
because you complained to the Nigerian police.
yes, I became a target to them because I complained to Nigerian police, to the authority, and the authority invited their commanders and every other stakeholders for a meeting, including myself. I became a target. So fast forward to what actually led to the publication of the publication you saw on Niger Delta Vanguard.
Yeah.
On the 30th, which is like I said, of October 2024, I was on that same route going home at about 8 p.m. in the evening. I was stopped. The road was open. Oh, they didn't put this time. They don't use to put wood, oh, but they put tire in one section of the road where every Okada has to stop. So you until they mark and get to you and collect money from that Okada, you cannot, you dare not move. The Okada man dare not move.
Like a military
So
checkpoint.
yes. So when they stopped, when my Okada got to that spot, they know too well, all the Okada know too well that is a norm. Is a norm. So the Okada stopped. One young man walked towards our direction after marking some Okadas, others were marking. I count the Okada, there were about 10, 11 in number. So one walked up to me. He recognized me very, very well. He recognized me very, very well. And I said, please allow this man to go. I'm going home. When I said, please allow this man to pass the major road, that I'm going home, he said, now you again, now you again, uh, e no go good o. I said, what do you mean by e no go good? This is a government road. Allow me to go my way. The Okada man stopped. I said, Okada, move and go. There was this ink biro in his hand that they used to mark the Okada. So he marked the Okada and told the Okada man to give him money. The Okada man now brought out 200 naira notes. That was when I now tapped the Okada man on his back and I said, do not give him any money. It is not his right to collect money from you forcefully. That the law does not give them any right of whatsoever. That was where he now said, if he did not collect the money from the man will not carry me through. That was when I now told him, I said, you people have started again. I will call the DPOA division and I will report you people to him. I said, look at what all of you are doing here. It is not right. So we started having this argument. So I heard you cut a man's hand. I said, keep your money in your pocket. So while we were yet discussing, two others walked to Ross and said that it is you again. Oh, it is you who went to meet the DPO division to report us. Why didn't you go to area command? We told you that nothing will happen. We don't
Are
report
you
to the
serious?
DPO
They were
division.
telling you that.
Yes, before God and man, that they don't report to the DPO division. They only report to they are only report to answerable to area command and so on and so forth. I said, okay, since you people say so, no problem. I now alighted from the bike and took one of my phone and put a call through to the DPO division. So the A division worry. So while I was talking with the DPO, immediately they saw that I was on phone with the DPO, trying to explain to the DPO. They grabbed my phone, started dragging my phone with me. So in the process of dragging my phone with me, and flit tear gas on my face directly.
What? Tear gas?
Yes,
How did they have tear
di-
gas? You military person. I thought he says vigilante.
vigilante, sir, vigilante.
Who gave them tear gas?
I'm heading to there. You will soon find out who gave them the tear gas.
Okay, go
So
ahead.
when he flit the tear gas directly to my face, since I was born, I'd never witnessed tear gas directly live once. That somebody will flit tear gas, somebody will spray tear gas somewhere, and somebody will be comfortable. So when the tear gas got into my face, my nose, I lose control of my senses. I never knew what was happening around me. So I
Can you
started
imagine?
struggling with them. They were dragging me, that they are dragging me to the station. They are pulling me to the station, that I interrupt their jobs. I interrupt their, so in the process of dragging me, I was struggling with them. My eyes were closed without knowing what was happening. Those who were punching me were punching me. But before that incident, I'd already know the number of them that are there, which is about 7 to 8 of them. Because, like I said, I was sitting on top of the bike when we were having this discussion before I lighted. So when the first tear gas came, the second one came while I was struggling with them. They tear gassed me up to about 4 times. And as God may have it, while I was struggling with them, they tore my shirt. I fell on the ground. They were punching me, dragging me on the third road, that they are
Are you
dragging me
serious?
to the station. Yes, that they are dragging me to the station. I never knew that my own elder brother, born of the same father, the same mother, he lives in Ubeji, about 40 minutes drive, about 30 minutes drive from my own house where I live. I never knew my elder brother was also returning home at that hour when that incident was happening. So himself saw the incident and stopped, that it was his younger brother. It was when he stopped and saw the incident, the person they were attacking, that it was myself. He was not shouting, "This is my younger brother. Oshema is my younger brother. What has he done to you people? Please, you people should leave
Yes.
him." So he was trying to pull me from the ground. I was struggling because the tear gas was all over my face. There was no way I could run from them. While I was struggling with them from the ground, my elder brother was also trying to pull me up, and so on and so forth. From nowhere, they tear gassed himself. The only thing I could hear, he was screaming, "You've tear gassed my face! You've tear gassed my face! You've tear gassed my face!" So himself now fell on the ground. So the process
They
where
said
he
that's
fell,
your elder brother.
yes, there is a video that they tear gassed him. So when he fell on the ground, so the moment my elder brother fell, at that moment they were dragging me along the road, about four to five electric pole from where the incident took place. You should see where they were tear gassing me from. We got to a particular spot. There is a convent. Not know the person that was at my front, dragging my shirt, tearing my shirt, eating me, did not know, because himself backed the convert as we were going. As God may have it, he fell inside the gutter. I was able, only God knew how I was able to pass through. So I started running, screaming along the road, shouting for help, shouting for help. No help was coming. I got to a particular spot where I saw a lady who was selling orange. She ranged her orange along the road. That's about 6 poles from where the incident took place. So I was able to see a little knife on top of her orange. I took the knife and I ran towards the chief. There is a chief that is representing the palace of the Oluofori called Pa Akuma.
Okay.
Ran to the chief's compound. I was shaking the gate, crying, shouting
About
for
what
help.
time? About what time?
That should be around, that's 9, 8, 9, thereabout. 8, 9,
Can you
thereabout,
imagine?
when the incident was happening. I was shaking the gate so seriously. So the chief and the wife and about, so with some group of people I cannot really recall. They they rushed out from their house. All I could hear, "Please be going, please be going, be going. We cannot open gate for you. We cannot open gate for you." While the little knife was in my hand, they stood a little bit far from me. It was on that moment they brought out their phones and started video recording me that he has a knife in his hand. Oh, nobody should go close to him. Oh. He has a knife in his hand. Oh, nobody should go close to him. Oh. When they
Like a
refused to,
blackmail.
yes, when they refused to open the gate for me, as God may have it, I knew too well that if I continued the journey along the Ubeji major straight road, where they are dragging me towards, because the outpost station is towards that direction, I now went straight into the community. I ran
At
into
this
the
point,
community.
sorry, Pastor. At this point,
Yeah.
where was your brother, your other brother?
I wasn't thinking about my brother. I don't know where my brother is. I don't know what was happening to my brother. I was only running for my life, looking for where I could take shelter, where people can come and rescue me from their hands. I don't know where my brother was. I don't know what was happening to my brother.
Are you from who are vigilante from Ubeji? Are they Ubeji personnel, indigent?
That is left for the DO in Ubeji, in the station in Ubeji, and those in charge to explain. That's the reason why I cried out that my life is under threat. That my life
Okay,
is
so
under threat.
sorry to cut you. When they chased you from point A, which is the place at Ubeji,
Yeah.
to Akuma's
Yes.
compound, to Akuma's
Yeah.
compound,
Yeah.
at that point, they left you there, or what did they do to you?
Yes. When I was shaking the gate, they know it was Pa Akoma's compound, Chief Akoma's compound, and they know he's a very powerful chief in the community. And
Okay.
by virtue of that, the little knife was in my hand. So they were videoing, shouting, there is knife in his hand. Oh, don't go close to him. Oh. There is knife in his hand. Oh, don't go close to him. Oh. So when help was not coming from Pacoma's compound, that was when I crossed the road. Not even because there is a pathway on the road. It's a two-way, one way in, one way in, and the other way out. So while I was crossing, a tanker with PMS, I did not even know. The only thing I was just hearing, tanker is coming, oh, tanker is coming, oh, tanker is coming. Oh. I ran and crossed the road into the community. Opposite the community town hall, my mother-in-law has a shop there. The next in-law shop is one old woman. Is one old woman. She's from the community. It was the old woman's shop because my mother-in-law had already closed. It was the old woman's shop I ran into. When I ran into, we shout. I was going through a lot of pain as at that time they've
And
used the pepper spray on. Yes, yes. As at that time, my phone, the phone they took from me was with one of the vigilante. I don't know among them who took it because they already pepper sprayed my face with the tear gas. So
that's
when I when I fell into the woman's shop, some people in the community who know me too well, and they know me too well that I don't have problem with people. I'm not a violent type. I've never gone to a police station once that somebody invited me for a petition, one quarry or the other. Never. I've never had community issue once. So crowd now begin to come. So some of my cousins in the community started calling each other. That was when they came. It is our brother. It is our brother. I was screaming, shouting that I'm dying. People should please rush me to the hospital. They should please rush me to the hospital. They should please rush me to the hospital. What happened? The vigilantes were standing outside because the crowd has now came. So one of them, I don't know how managed. He was saying, his phone even dey my hand. Oh. His phone even dey my hand. His phone is in my hand. Oh. That was where one of my cousins now took the phone from his hand. The other phone was in my jeans pocket because I did not bring that one out. That one was in my. That was how they they rushed me on a tricycle and took me to an hospital called Ikenwole in Ubeji. On getting to the hospital, the same place where doctors were attending to me, that bag, drip bag, eh,
yes.
they burst if my mind can recall and heaven bears witness, they burst nothing less than 7 8 they pressed my head in one pole. They burst like 7 8 on my head with different
Okay, who did
injections
that?
and so on and so forth.
Is it the medical personnel?
Yes, yes, the medical
Okay, and the
personnel.
doctor to restate you.
Yes, in those time I was shouting script because I was going through hell. I was going through hell. If I could be able to survive it, I say, God, it is you. Finally, they gave me injections. They gave me injections. It was when I woke up at about 2, 3, thereabout. I saw my elder brother on the other bed, close to me.
Ah, are you serious?
Yes,
So the vigilante
yes,
succeeded in neutralizing you and your brother with tear gas and beating.
yes,
Okay,
yes. So
why?
we were we were there. My wife, my mother-in-law, the hospital was filled with people as I was told. It was when I woke up they told me that the DO, Ben by name Stupo Ben, came
Yes.
with an came to the hospital with an handcuff in his hand, with a pistol.
To do what?
That when he came to the hospital where I was sleeping. As at the time I
Okay.
was sleeping, that when he saw me, they said he shook his head and said he knows this man before he left. Before he left. So that was the summary of what happened that 30th of October.
If I heard you correctly, you said the DO came to the hospital with
Yes,
handcuff in hand.
yes.
What was the handcuff for? To handcuff you?
Perhaps maybe when the boys went to the station, they went and told him all the lies
So
that they need to tell him. So he
when they
came with
came,
an handcuff.
and when
Yes,
he came, saw you, he recognized
yes.
you.
He said, I know this person before he left. And how do I know this? When it was morning, which is the 31st of October,
Yes.
they gave me the doctor, the doctor who attended to me told me to go and see an optometrist, an eye physician, because of the number of times they used the tear gas directly to my face, and after which I should go for examination to ascertain the level of effect that the tear gas may have in my brain and my lungs. So
Yes.
I actually went at about 10 a.m. the next day morning, which is 31st morning. After all said and done, I was very down. I was feeling the heat, the pepper. I was sneezing consistently. So it was about 12, 1 p.m. in the afternoon, 31st afternoon. I received a call. So I picked up the call. The man introduced himself as an inspector, that the DO in Ubeji said I should come. That was even before I'd contacted my lawyer, and he told me to go to the station to put a statement there, because the
At
incident
Ubeji.
happened. Yes, because the incident happened in Ubeji, and the
Yes.
DO is in charge of all of them. I said, okay. When I'm through with my medical checkup and every other activities, I will go. So when the inspector called me, I told the inspector that uh, not because it is convenient for me, because of my health condition presently, but I will try and come. So when I wanted to go at about 6 p.m. in the evening, I was
Yes.
feeling dizzy and weak. So I called a friend who's like a younger sister to me. I said, please come, accompany me to this police station in Ubeji. So we got to the police station. The DO was inside. I met with the inspector. Said, okay, bring statement out. Let me write my statement. He asked me if I am strong. I said, from the mood, from what you see, you should be able to tell if I'm strong or not. But because I am determined to see that these people are held accountable, not because I was strong enough, but because I was determined. Because I am not the only person whose life is under threat in Ubeji and its environs. Everyone, male, female, boys, girls, old, young, including those who are riding this Okada and Keke, our lives is at stake. Hence the need, I said, I'm going to follow it up no matter what. So our statement was taken. It was the process of taking our statement, the DO walked out of his office towards our direction and told me in the presence of the inspector that was taking my statement and
Yes.
the young lady who accompanied me that he has invited his boys, his, in quote, his boys, the vigilante boys,
Okay.
and their leader to come. That he wants to carry out an interview. I said, okay, fine and good. That was around, it was around 7 after 7. So the boys came, yes, in the evening. We all went into his office, about 7 of them, including one young man who is a friend to them, is among the first person who slapped me. I recognized
Okay.
him very well before they used the tear gas on me. They were there. I was sitting at the extreme end. The young lady was sitting close to me. So the DO was sitting in his own desk. He now
Yes.
asked them to stand up and judge. So they stood up. The first one to stand up and talk, he said, well, what actually happened that I entered a bike and passed, that my bike has longed past, that they did not stop me, that I stopped in about a pole away from them, one pole away from them, then walk back to them. When I walked back to them, I started removing the tires that they put, that they used to stop all the Okadas there, that I started removing the tires from the road. And while I was removing the tires from the road, they were trying to stop me, and I brought out a knife from my body and started fighting with them. Hence the need for the tear gas that they use in tear gassing me. And along the line, that one man now came. The man was now intervened. They now tear gas the man. Unknown to them that the said person is my elder brother. There were two behind him before me. I'm the last born of my parents. Now, he said they now tear gassed the man. The DPO now said, okay, sit down. The DPO now asked the other person to stand up and judge. Three of them judged. Three of them
Same
judged.
story. Same story.
Yes, the same story. One said, I used the knife to scrape his hand. That was what led to the tear gas. That was what led to this. So when the last person now judged, the DO now said, okay, they should sit down. He now asked me what transpired. I now said, first of all, I am not a madman who will pass and stop in a pole away from them. They come
And come
back
back.
with a knife in my body and be fighting with about 7 to 8 young men. Does that really add up? So I narrated just like what I've narrated on your platform, sir. So it was on that moment the DO now asked them, who gave you people the tear gas? This is the DO's question. They now said their leader, Aruna. That was where it now caught my attention when I was actually talking to dragging my phone with them. One person was actually shouting, Aruna, where is the tear gas? Aruna, where is the tear gas? My mind did not go because I was actually dragging my
Who
phone.
who is Aruna?
The Aruna is one of the vigilante, but it's like their leader. It's
Okay.
like their leader, and the Aruna gives report to one Justice Afo. The Justice
Okay.
Afo is a member of the vigilante group too, and is a member of anti-court group in Warri. And he also has their commander, the vigilante commander. So the DO now said, where is the tear gas, the leftover? They now said they used the entire tear gas on me and the man. They now said they used the entire tear gas on me and the man. So that was when I now said, I said, congratulations to you people, and I thank God today that I'm alive to witness this. And I believe that in due time, justice will be served. That was when the DO now told me to hold on, that he wants to talk. So I kept quiet. My friend was there. All of them were there. What I'm telling you now was the time is going to like 9 to 10 p.m. That 31st of October. Now,
Okay.
when he started his conversation, he made it clear to me, to my face, right there in the meeting. He said, I don't have any right to have told the Okada man not to give the vigilante man
Who said who
any
said that?
money.
Who
The
said that?
DO,
The
the
DO said you
DO,
don't have
the,
any right
yes,
to tell the caravan not to give them money.
not to give them any money.
Is that what
He
the DO
said, I don't
said?
have, yes, that was what the DO said.
What is the
And
DO's name?
that,
I want you to, we are on live TV. What is the name of the
yes,
DO?
his name is, let me bring his name out. His name is Ben. And please, just give me a minute. Let me bring his name out. He made it clear that I don't have any right of whatsoever Onyem Ben.
Okay, the DO of
Onyem with Ben. The
the
DO of
DO
Ubeji.
police station.
Yes. He's a stupo.
Okay.
He's a one star. He said, did you remember when we were in a division on a meeting with the DPO, which is what I narrated here, himself, myself, the commander of the vigilante group in Warri, the commander of anti-cult, and so on and so forth, that he was not lying on the innocent man, the DPO. He was lying against the DPO. That the DPO said, if they collect 100 naira from this spot, the other ones that way, that's the Okada that is going inside, if this one at this junction collects, those other ones should not collect. That the ones that are coming from the community that way,
Are you so serious? Are they supposed to be collecting money at all? I don't understand what you mean by collect. Is it a toll gate?
that is what I don't understand. But this is what the man has said. But this is not what the DPO said, because I was in the meeting. So I now said to him, I said, Dio, I, I am the one who went to lay a complaint before the DPO division. The DPO called you because you are in charge of this whole environment, invited you for a meeting, invited this, and invited me for a meeting. I said, this is what the man said. It was right there, the DO said it clearly to my face, that I should be very careful, that a dead man does not talk, a dead man does not make case. I said, DO, are you threatening me? Is that what you are trying to do? Are you threatening my life? That a dead man does not talk? He
Now,
said,
sorry to cut you, Pastor.
yes,
Sorry to cut you.
yes, sir.
Who said Is it the DPO that told you that, or the DPO in exhibition that the dead man does not make case? Who said that? Is it the DO at Ubeji? It was one that said that. Okay, go ahead.
It is the DO himself. When he said that, he reached out to his drawer, he pulled out the drawer, brought out a pistol, and put it on top of the table, and told me that the dead man does not.
That is it the DO that is doing
That
all those things?
yes,
Why was
yes.
addressing you people? He was saying this thing to you, and he got at the people and put it on the floor.
The issue while he was addressing the issue. So
In presence of vigilante.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Go ahead.
The network. Hello.
I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Can you hear me, sir? Can
I
you hear
can
me
hear you.
now?
Can't you hear me?
Hello.
Okay. Let's
Hello.